Have you ever witnessed two people who didn't need to say, "I love you," because every glance, every laugh, and every silence already said it all? Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jikook Moment, where every interaction between Jimin and Jungkook isn't just entertainment, but a story that touches the heart and lingers in the memory. Today, we're diving into a live stream that seemed ordinary at first, until it suddenly turned into a moment full of laughter, warmth, and, most thrilling of all, undeniable chemistry between Jimin and Jungkook. It was a day when a single click on Instagram caused a frenzy in the fandom, and one glance from Jungkook made millions of hearts tremble. But just wait until you see how Jungkook's eyes quietly followed Jimin, and how a single word from Jimin changed everything. You won't want to miss a single second. It all started with what seemed like a simple piece of news, but not for ARMY. The fandom exploded over a sudden notification on Instagram. Jungkook, the golden magne, had finally made his Instagram account public. Even though he had secretly created the account back in January, he only chose to go public now. No announcement, no teaser, just one tap, and boom! ARMY's world erupted in excitement. But the surprises didn't stop there. On the same day, a sudden live stream appeared. Not just one, but several. And the biggest twist? All the members who went live were in the same house. A house filled with laughter, warmth, and delightful chaos. It all began when Taeyong decided to go live on Instagram. Not long after, Jungkook and Namjoon joined in. But fate seemed to play a prank. Namjoon kept getting kicked out of the stream. Not once, but over and over again. And every time, their frustrated reactions only made the viewers laugh even harder. Eventually, they all agreed to switch to Weverse. But instead of doing one live stream together from a single camera, like normal people, they each went live from different rooms, inside the same house. Taeyong in one room, Jungkook in another, and Namjoon eventually joining Jungkook physically. As they were still laughing and adjusting to the chaos, the door to Jungkook's room opened. And in walked Jimin. He didn't bring anything with him. Just his warm smile, his contagious laugh, and his presence that somehow always shifted the entire atmosphere. From that moment on, the direction of the live stream changed. Everything became more personal, more tender, and of course, full of that unmistakable chemistry between the two people who always make ARMY's hearts race, Jikook. Jimin sat with Jungkook and Namjoon for a while, chuckling as Namjoon talked about his struggle to stay in the stream. But soon after, Jimin left the room with Taeyong. And that's when the chaos returned. Taeyong barged into Jungkook's room. Then unexpectedly, Jimin, left alone, put on Taeyong's clothes and began posing in front of the camera. With confidence and flair, he strutted like he was on his own private runway. The viewers erupted in laughter. Comments flooded in. But one reaction stood out. Jungkook, who was about to head to the bathroom, suddenly stopped. "I'm going to the bathroom, just for a bit," he said, getting up from his chair. But as soon as he heard Jimin say, "Taeyong, what is this shirt? Why is it see-through?" Jungkook immediately returned. His face wasn't fully visible. Just his eyes, peeking from behind the camera. But those eyes said everything. They looked curious, alert, and maybe even a little jealous? Maybe. Because one word from Jimin, see-through, was enough to draw Jungkook back. As if that word had a magnetic pull, and Jimin was its center of gravity. Jungkook didn't say a word. But that gesture, that reaction, spoke volumes. Soon after, Jimin returned to the room with Jungkook and Namjoon. But this time, he entered shirtless. Yes, completely bare on top, wearing only pants and his signature confidence. Their reactions? "Wow, Jimin is so sexy right now. He's waving at us." They laughed, even though the camera hadn't fully focused on him yet. But Jungkook remained silent. He simply stared at Jimin. There was surprise in his eyes. There was pride. But there was also something harder to define, something that made viewers wonder, why does that gaze feel so deep? Jungkook's eyes didn't leave Jimin, as if the world around them had faded. And even though the stream was filled with laughter, that moment felt quiet, still, but deeply meaningful. Then came a conversation that sounded like playful banter, but held something more beneath the surface. "You can go live with Namjoon," I'm going to shower, said Jungkook. I'm going to shower too, Taeyong quickly replied. Jungkook paused, then only answered with one symbol, but filled with meaning, as if saying, wait, why are you going too? That wasn't the plan. And just moments later, Jungkook turned to Jimin again and asked, Jimin, did you shower yet? Nope. Did you? Jimin replied playfully. You should shower soon, Jungkook responded quickly, with a tone full of hidden meaning, as if there was an unspoken mission still unfinished. And maybe only the two of them knew what it was. As the live stream neared its end, a very human and honest moment emerged. Jimin said he wanted to drink soju, but had to hold back because he had work the next day. And without hesitation, Jungkook replied, hold out for 2 more days, okay? I can drink the day after tomorrow. And that sentence was a form of quiet care. Not really about the soju, but about being together, about waiting, about wanting to share simple things with someone important. Because sometimes, drinking together means more than just enjoying alcohol. It's about creating moments, sitting side by side, sharing stories, and feeling content just being next to that person. Every interaction in that stream, the laughter, the glances, the silences, the teasing, built a little story that quietly spoke of affection, of care that didn't need to be broadcast, of closeness that couldn't be faked. And in the end, it all came down to one thing. Jungkook couldn't take his eyes off Jimin. Even when the camera wasn't focused on them. Even when jokes were flying everywhere. That gaze always came back to one person. And that's why this live stream became one of the sweetest, most honest, and most genuine moments from them. Not because of the setting. Not because of how funny it was. But because of love, the kind that's most real, when it's never said out loud. If you look closely, you'll know. Jungkook wasn't just looking at Jimin. He was looking at his home in Jimin. And for Jimin, the laughter and comfort always felt most real when Jungkook was near. Because for ARMY, every second of that live stream felt like a silent love letter from Jungkook to Jimin. Every moment, no matter how small, always feels more meaningful when it's with him. And in the end, what happened in that stream wasn't just random jokes or cheerful chaos. It was a reflection of two people so comfortable with each other that the world seemed to stop spinning when they were in the same room. From Jungkook's unwavering gaze to those casual lines that held deeper meanings, we all felt it. This wasn't just an ordinary live. Because true love doesn't always need words. Sometimes, it's hidden in the way someone always keeps looking your way. In the simple offer to hold on for 2 more days. In the silence that feels the warmest. Every moment, no matter how small, always feels more meaningful when it's with him. And for Jikook, perhaps, the truest love is the one never spoken, but always felt. See you in the next episode, where we'll continue exploring those quiet little moments that often hold the biggest feelings. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you, too, believe that Jungkook's gaze toward Jimin was anything but ordinary.